Hello traders, this is Ad Zeros and today I'm going to showcase to you my live trades and as well as my thought process and also about the recap. So this is going to be all together and feel free to give me a comments. I really want a thumbs up on this and I wanted to know that how you enjoyed it so I can improve on a daily basis. So now let's look at it. How did I play? I'm just going to keep forward. My first trade was a JD trade, and I was looking at it as if you guys have missed the pre-market show, please join me. And I was saying that the pre-market is really a good gap and go, but is also a downtrending. So it can likely be on the both side of the play. So right now, I was looking to see that it is under the VWAP, it is under the level which we have created. That's why I was not comfortable in going long because it was underneath of the two levels. So what I was thinking that if it's going to break here, I'm going to go to short. And now I was thinking what should I do at this point, whether I do long or short, but I am not comfortable going long because it was under the VWAP and under the level. Now when I see it's breaking that level and the moving averages, and I immediately shorted 1,000 shares on it. Now I wanted to showcase you the thought process and how I manage. And this is a beautiful trade. And I added under 250 shares. Now I am almost a size because I don't want this to move back up to the 94. And I put the trailing order if I see because it's really giving a long bar on it here. So let's see how this go. And it's a gap and go, so you need to be very careful. The stock which are very strong, it can bounce back anytime. So you can't take risk. So I wanted to let you see this, that how did I play. I took my first partial, the big partial, because I was not sure at this time. This was an opening range. I was expecting a small bounce, but JD showed a very weak. It was seems like just a manipulative gap up. It was not a real buying, real market participants push on this gap up. And I think after I closed my transaction, it was still the continuously going down and down. So I had a wonderful trade with the opening of a JD. So let me just quickly forward this, and this way you will see that this move back again. And I added a bit, and I wanted to see because this 92 level was our, if you recall, this is our level which we've created in the pre-market. So I wanted to take a first another partial close to that. So I took the partial. Now, if I see any sign of a pullback, I'm going to close. Uh, and I took another partial close to that point, and that's the way I close the transaction. Then I next trade I did in the CLDR. It tricked me three times, and I stopped out with a small loss. But now it's moving perfectly fine. So I don't wanted to showcase to you because that was nothing interesting. But I can there's a one interesting thing uh, I can show to you, which was very good as a learning point. Let me see if it's here. Let me just quickly forward it. Yeah. So see here, that was the again the level two. If you see here, there is a big level on the 75. But then what happened, as I mentioned, if you have not seen my level two video earlier, go back and look at my history and see you will find a level two. And this is again the level two, but this time it was a fail level two signal. So there was a big buyer on 102, but what happened that someone consumed all of these 102,000 shares, but then it couldn't continue. Someone refreshed their buying power, or the order, and again it pushed back up. So you always need to be careful. If there is a big buyer on a bid side, but it does not immediately break down and it bounce back, then you do not need to take a big risk. Since because I was taking a big risk here, I have 5,300 shares. I have only of a 10 cent loss because I can't take more than that. It's a $500 loss. I can take it, but the moment it's going back up again, and then I closed it, because this is the false signal of breaking down with the high bid. So let's look at another transaction which is very nice, is about the Roblox. So I was looking at the Roblox. This was the trade, and let me just go here. If you see here, it is creating a bear flag, and I will show you because I've also traded with the 5 minutes here. So if you look at the 5 minute chart, you look at the top right, it came down and it's making it's a square box here. You see that it's consolidating underneath of this big 5 minute and is creating a bear flag. So now what I wanted to see a breakdown. So I went a very small share, 400 shares, with the 1 point lose, which is over the moving averages, and I want to short stop out if it doesn't gonna succeed uh, with the $400 risk unit at this point, because this is the initial move and I'm not sure it's going to break down because it's a new IPO and it can easily chop you around. So now what happened here, if you look around, it tried to break down. Now again, one more, he's going to try one more time, and I want you to see that how price action, you know, flows and how I evaluate things, and I'm making the decision as it goes because it's on a real time basis, right? So now at this point, I'm adding my stop, my one more order I've placed under 7250 because I was thinking that if it's going to break this time 7250, it is definitely going to break. So I added another 150 shares before it breaks 7250, and my another order is full size under 7250. But if you look at here, this immediately bounced back on the 7250. Now what it does, now I'm thinking, okay, what it does is need to be very carefully need to see if it's hold over 73 uh, 30, which was my stop loss over the moving average, then I have to stop out because it can move couple of points at once, given it is an IPO and also it is a spready stock because you do not know the characteristics of this IPO. So I'm close to stop out. If you see my signal is on the close, and I'm thinking that if it's gonna break this way, I'm gonna just close out. So I wanted to let it see what happens. So now see, it's still under the 5 minute charts. I'm getting a bit comfortable because even though it's spiked, but it's still on the 5 minute moving averages, it is not doing anything wrong. And now I'm thinking what is gonna do. Does it gonna move over 73? And I am ready to close. 73.90 is stucking 73. I'm looking at the level twos. Oh, see, here is a 50 cents jump, and I was thinking, okay, now I'm going to close it. But when I saw that this is coming back again, so it spiked up, but it couldn't hold over that. So now I placed back my order, and I was comfortable because at the same time I was looking at the SPY, and the SPY has a big drop. So it tried to end up, I was stopping out, but immediately it came down. So now I'm getting very comfortable. I increase the size. Instead of adding of 250 shares, I added on a 450 shares because the way it has rejected 73, I was so happy with the bear flag confirmation. Wow, beautiful. So it's broke now. I'm now gonna write this now. And now you see that how I have used the trailing order and how I managed the trade. Uh, Initially I thought I can should put this limit order, but then I realized no, it is in the momentum. And if it's gonna break very quickly. So I decided not to put the limit order. So see now is breaking 70 to 10, which is a pre-market, which is the previous high, and I was thinking that it's gonna go to touch the 70, which was the which was the closing of the yesterday or the first day of the trading. So I put the trailing order, and it was so weak that my trailing order is just keep moving down, and you see that how could be a beneficial of trailing order for stock like this where there is a momentum towards a downward trend. So I wanted to let you see this, how I'm doing it. So now I'm getting say is getting overextended. So I'm gonna place one more order, of the trailing order. The other one, the first one was 15 cents difference. Now I'm gonna put with the 10 cent difference, because it was touching a level which we have created with the yesterday opening ranges. So the levels I marked from yesterday. So just keep moving with the 2 points. I almost gonna get the 2 points out of this. Uh, in fact, I got a 1.5, 1.8 point. So which is very nice. So now see here, I'm getting 2 points here. But when it pushed back up, I got the 170 was my 178 was uh, my price. So this is the way I traded. I think that's fine. I think remaining is okay. It's just nothing very important. But I think what I wanted to showcase to you that how you can have uh, trade management, identify the pattern, wait for the pattern, how you can use the multiple orders, how you can manage your risk, how you can use a trailing order. This is a very good learning and educational video, and also how you can see the level 2 and analyze it. Hope you have really enjoyed it, and if you, please do not forget to give me thumbs up. Share my channel with your friends on your Facebook. I would really, really sincerely appreciate it. And that's the only way you can show gratitude to me if you are learning from those videos. Thank you.